From halfway around the world, Admiral Drake sent a penguin to Mr. Popper, and the show of the century was born.
Oh, hello there. I just got finished reading one of the best books I ever read. It's called Mr. Popper's Penguins by Richard and Florence Atwater. And by reading this book, I noticed that everything's fun with Mr. Popper's performing penguins. So let me tell you something about this awesome book. So, the main character of this book is Mr. Popper, obviously. Look at the title. And one day, he gets a penguin from Admiral Drake, who is halfway across the world, and he lives in Antarctica. So he named him Captain Cook, and he actually made him live in the freezer so he could stay cozy and warm in penguin temperature. And so he was feeling really lonely and sick, so he got him another penguin. Her name was Greta, and together they had 10 eggs, and they all grew really fast. And they ended up making a performance because Mr. Popper was low on money. So they traveled all around the world to do performances. But one day, they accidentally went to the wrong stadium. So he ended up going to jail. Surprisingly, Mr. Drake came from halfway across the world just to bail Mr. Popper out. So he was really happy, and they all celebrated by going to Mr. Popper's house. So when the time had come, Admiral Drake told Mr. Popper that he should take the penguins back where they came from, to the North Pole. So he was extremely sad. But he didn't know that Admiral Drake was taking him with them. So when he said goodbye to him, he was really confused. So Mr. Popper was so excited to travel halfway across the world to see where the penguins live. So he said goodbyes to his family, and he sailed off with the penguins and Admiral Drake. So a few quotes I got from the book is when they were performing the act in front of the stage manager, he was a little confused, but Mrs. Popper piped in and she explained, that's part of the act. When they were low on money, Mrs. Popper was really worried, so she told Mr. Popper, oh dear, I just don't know what to do. And when Mr. Popper was walking his bird, I know, it's really weird to walk out a penguin. He told someone that it was a penguin, and they thought that they weren't hearing correctly, and so they said, what kind of bird did you say it was? So, a few thoughts that I had when I was reading the book. I thought that it was really entertaining, and it kept me at the edge of my seat. And it was really classical, and it came like from the 1800s or so with dudes in tights. So, when I was reading the book, I didn't read it all because only a mad, insane person, no offense to those people, would read the whole book in an hour. I was digging around through my closet, and I found this. I thought it really related to the book because it was like a penguin limousine that the penguins ride in, and there's Mr. Popper. He's popping out of the moonroof to see all the fans and stuff, and I really thought it related to the book, and I thought it was very coincidental. I recommend the book Mr. Popper's Penguins for everybody in the world. And if I could rate this book, I'd rate it 5 out of 5 stars because it was really entertaining and it kept me at the edge of my seat. Oh, hello there. I just got finished reading a book it's the best book I ever read. Yeah, that's gonna be a blooper. And a few thoughts that I had about when I was reading So, a few quotes that I got from the book is, where's my hat? Mr. Popper's performing penguins. Everything's fun with Mr. Popper's performing penguin. What?